Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to Geek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Who is this?
Big Bucket.
Big Buckus. Walter Payton, you know, he's the man. Finds Cole Kmet wide open. Touchdown, Bears. Let's go. Who is this?
Georgia.
Nice throw, Jay Field. I think I can fit in as like a water boy for the Panthers or something. I'm not talking about get on the field, you know. It picked off. Picked off an end zone by Kyler Gordon. Let's go. Put some respect on Kyler Gordon's name. And as always, bear down.
Cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic. People, this the intro. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down, bear down.
What is going on, Chicago Bears fans? Happy Monday to every single one of you. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another live stream right here on Geek on the Mic. I'll be coming on lives every Monday and Friday. Once again, I just want to remind you guys once again that I will no longer be doing Wednesdays. It'll be every Monday and Friday. I'm starting at 5 p.m. PST. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you're staying connected by following me on all my social media platforms. Follow me on Instagram. It's not called Twitter anymore, but I'm going to still call it Twitter, and TikTok as well. That would be much appreciated. And then the most anticipated giveaway to me of the year will be beginning tomorrow, August 1st. I'll be posting a very special video of just the instructions on how to enter the Geek on the Mic channel giveaway. Tomorrow morning, I'm giving away a signed Mike Singletary jersey, a signed Richard Dent jersey, Geek on the Mic hat, shirts, and much, much more. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys can have a chance to win one of these awesome prizes. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support of the channel. You guys are constantly engaging with me in every single video that I post, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the support from all of you guys. So we have Ivory Brown in the chat saying bear down to you as well. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Ron Winarski, good to see you, my friend. He also says bear down to you guys as well. So as you guys can see by the title of this live stream, it says Justin Fields has had a really good start to Chicago Bears training camp, which is absolutely true. Justin Fields has looked really good. He's looked like a much improved player for the Chicago Bears in terms of a passer, in terms of overall player. He has full command of the Chicago Bears offense, which is expected. It's his second year under offensive coordinator Luke Getsy's offensive system. He has DJ Moore, he has Tyler Scott, he has Robert Tonyan, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool, has a bunch of weapons, and Justin Fields so far, it's looked so good for Justin Fields in Chicago Bears training camp. But as always, to start off today's show on Geek on the Mic, every Monday is going to be Chicago Bears trivia. I did not create slides this time with the question and answers, but I am going to do like rapid fire trivia for you guys to answer and just see if you guys are the ultimate Chicago Bears fan. As always, the call line is open. If you guys want to call me and say hi, or if you want to answer the question live right here on the podcast, the call-in number is 916-692-0603. Once again, we are going to do some Chicago Bears trivia to start off this Monday live stream. So if you guys want to call in and answer the question, or just say hi to me and talk a little bit of Bears football with me live here on the podcast, the call-in number is 916-692-0603. So once again, we're going to do some Chicago Bears trivia to start off the live stream. And it's going to come from the Ultimate Chicago Bears Trivia Book. I absolutely love this book, Bears fans. I think I got it on Amazon, or it was a Christmas gift, but I think you can find this book on Amazon. Trust me, if you think you're a big Chicago Bears fan, try to answer all these questions right, and it will humble you for sure. I'm not saying you're going to be, I'm not saying you're not a Bears fan, but this book will definitely humble you for sure. We have Jesus Martinez in the chat saying bear down to you as well. And Ron Renard said defense had a great training camp today. Yeah, they absolutely did. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But right now we're going to do rapid fire questions. So I didn't even write anything down. This is not prepared. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and you guys can go ahead and answer them in the chat. Question number 1 for you guys on Chicago Bears trivia. Richard Dent is the only Bears player to ever record 15 sacks in a season. Is that true or is that false? Once again, Richard Dent is the only Bears player to ever record 15 sacks in a season. Thank you so much for calling in to Kick on the Mic. How you doing?
Good.
What would you want to talk about today?
I wanted to try the trivia.
Okay, yeah. What do you think it is? Is it true or false? Richard Dent being the only Bears player to ever have 15 sacks in a season.
I think it's true
You think it's true? Why do you think it's true?
because he was good.
Yeah, hey, that's a good answer. But it actually is false because if you guys remember, Robert Quinn actually broke his single season sack record. If you remember, a couple years back.
I do remember that.
You do remember that? So yes, it technically is false. It is a trick question. But you know, obviously Richard Dent is one of the greatest Bears of all time. But I think that was definitely a trick question. But that is actually false because Robert Quinn did break his single season sack record for the Chicago Bears.
I also want to know what you think regular season record is going to be.
Yeah. So right now, I have the Bears winning about 10 games. I think 10 is a pretty good ceiling for them. But I also said that the floor right now for me is about 7-8 wins. But at the same time, if Justin Fields comes out and definitely has that massive leap, which I think he will, I wouldn't be surprised if they win a couple extra games, maybe like 11-12 range. But right now, I'm going to stick with 10 wins. How about you? What do you think the Bears are at right now?
Well, I bet my friend around like $6 that go above 7 wins.
Above 7 wins? Okay. And I think that's a safe bet to make, that the Bears will be a little bit above 7 wins. Because even they're a 3-win team last year. I think 7+ wins is obviously an improvement. Even if they get to 7 or 8 wins, right? That's an improvement for this football team. And that's what a lot of people are thinking. Like the outside media are thinking that the Bears will win around 7 to 8 games. And then the following year, once Ryan Poles continues to build around Justin Fields, that's when the Bears will be really, really good to make the playoffs.
I think we could make it this year.
Yeah. I think we can. The schedule's not too daunting. And I think that's the first things first. When you look at the schedule, there's definitely some winnable games on there. The Bears also have some tough stretches in the schedule as well. But once again, I think it all depends on Justin Fields, right? I know it's not all on Justin Fields, but I think if Justin Fields comes out and, let's say, throws for 4,000 yards, I have a good indication that the Bears are going to be pretty damn good if Justin Fields is throwing 4,000 yards.
I think he can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he can do it. I think, obviously, with DJ Moore, Tyler Scott's looking good, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet, all those other guys he has on the outside, improved offensive line play. I think it's definitely possible for Justin Fields to try to reach that 4,000-yard mark. I'm definitely with you on that.
Darnell Mooney, absolutely.
Sorry, you cut out there on me. What did you say?
Darnell Mooney got absolutely jacked.
Yeah, I actually did a video on that. Darnell Mooney, I don't know what he did, but I definitely think he has a drug test coming. And because Darnell Mooney was never that big of a guy. So when you see videos and pictures of him looking that jacked, I'm like, man, he really worked his ass off this offseason. So I'm hoping he didn't lose too much speed, because being that size and still having the same speed that he did is going to be absolutely insane. And I think people forget about Darnell Mooney a little bit, because when we had Allen Robinson, that's when Darnell Mooney had his 1,000-yard season. But now he has DJ Moore. I think Darnell Mooney is going to have a huge year for Justin Fields and the Bears for sure.
All right, well, I'm going to go now.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Bear down.
Bear down.
I absolutely love when you guys call in and interact with me. Thank you so much for calling in. Once again, if you guys want to call in during the Bears trivia section of the show, the call-in number is 916-692-0603. Once again, the call-in number is 916-692-0603. So here we go. Question number 2. What was the final score of Super Bowl whenever they won in 1985 against the New England Patriots? It just says XX. Super Bowl XX against the New England Patriots. A, 42-7, B, 46-10, C, 49-10, or D, 55-13. Once again, what was the final score of Super Bowl XX against the New England Patriots? A, 42-7, B, 46-10, C, 49-10, and D, 55-13. Come on, Bears fans. We should all know this. This is the Bears' only Super Bowl in franchise history. We should all know the answer to this question. Ron Arcee says 42-7. Frank says 42-10. That's not an option, but hey, you can make it an option, 42-10. All right. So we have two people saying 42-7, essentially. Once again, there's A, 42-7, B, 46-10, C, 49-10, or D, 55-13. Everyone, I think everyone should know this. I'm not going to lie. I think everyone should know the answer to this question, but maybe it's a trick question for some. Who knows? Once again, before I give you guys the answer, what was the final score of Super Bowl XX against the New England Patriots? A, 42-7, B, 46-10, C, 49-10, or D, 55-13. Frank now changes his answer to 46-10. Okay. All right. So the answer to this question is B, 46-10. You know, in the Lone Bear Super Bowl, they absolutely dominated the New England Patriots. You know, obviously it's a bummer that I wasn't able to watch that game. My dad was able to watch it. He said it was a really, really good game. He said the only frustration is that, you know, Mike Ditka didn't give the ball to Walter Payton and allow him to score a touchdown. And that's still a sore subject when you talk to my dad about that Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. But yes, the Chicago Bears absolutely dominated. We have a couple of new people in the chat, so let's go ahead and go to the chat before we go on to the next question. Roman R said, that's when I became a Bears fan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when a lot of people became Bears fans after that 1985 season. That was a very, very special team in Chicago Bears franchise history. Bear Minimum, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live stream. He says, I see us winning 6 games. The D-line isn't good. Fields is just a runner. Also, Luke Getsy sucks. Packers 36, Bears 18, week 1. That's just your opinion. Thank you so much for your opinion, but I definitely think the opposite. I think the Bears will win more than 6 games. I think Justin Fields is more than just a runner. I'm not going to keep repeating why I think he's that, because I've already repeated so many times on these live streams and on past videos on the podcast. And I think Luke Getz is going to be really, really good in year 2 as offensive coordinator, because now he has the personnel to make this offense very, very dynamic. But once again, thank you so much for your opinion and commenting on the live stream. Frank said Super Bowl Shuffle. Yeah, absolutely. And then Frank also said FGB. Yes, FGB all day long. Once again, we're going to move on to Chicago Bears trivia before we move on in today's episode of Keek on the Mic. So we're going to look for questions. We're going to do rapid fire questions here. Let's see. How many takeaways did Dick Butkus have as a rookie with the Chicago Bears? A, 15, B, 11, C, 8, or D, 3? Once again, how many takeaways did Dick Butkus have as a rookie with the Chicago Bears? A, 15, B, 11, C, 8, or D, 3? Once again, Dick Butkus is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Chicago Bears linebacker of all time. I absolutely love watching Dick Butkus highlights because the rules were just so different back in the day. So it's like he was able to just clothesline people and it's just a normal tackle, right? So I wish we can go back to that football, but I understand why we don't play football, that type of football anymore, because a lot of people would be getting hurt if it was that type of football. So we have a couple people already answering the question. Chi-Town Javier, good to see you in the chat, said C, he had 8 takeaways in his rookie season with the Bears. Ron says 15, so you say A, 15 takeaways. Jesus Martinez says B, 11. A lot of good answers there. Once again, before I give you guys the answer, the question was, how many takeaways did Dick Butkus have as a rookie with the Bears? A, 15, B, 11, C, 8, or D, 3? Got a couple answers in there. I appreciate you guys interacting with me. I appreciate you guys joining me on a Monday night live stream. I'll be here every Monday and Friday starting at 5 p.m. PST. And as always, we start today's show on Mondays with Chicago Bears trivia with the Ultimate Chicago Bears Trivia book. Once again, if you think you're the ultimate Chicago Bears fan, trust me, you will be humbled after reading this book, Bears fans. So once again, how many takeaways did Dick Butkus have as a rookie with the Bears? The answer to that question is B, 11. So Jesus Martinez, you were absolutely correct. Dick Buckets had 11 takeaways in his rookie season as a Chicago Bear. And once again, he was one of the greatest Chicago Bears to ever live. So I got one more question for you guys. We're going to go ahead and look through the book. And this is going to be rapid fire right here. Here we go. We're going to talk about Jay Cutler here. What was Jay Cutler's career completion percentage with the Chicago Bears? A, 62.6, B, 63.1, C, 60.3, or D, 61.8. Which one is it? A, B, C, or D? Once again, what was Jay Cutler's career completion percentage with the Chicago Bears? Let me know what you think down below in the chat. Is it A, 62.6, B, 63.1, C, 60.3, or D, 61.8? Ron says B. Jesus Martinez says D. All right, so we already got a couple of answers in the chat. I'll let a couple more people answer the question before we move on for the rest of this live stream. If you're just now joining the channel, thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed to Keek on the Mic, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you're also staying connected with me by following me on all my social media platforms. That's where you can also catch the most of the Keek on the Mic news or when I post videos as well. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Once again, before I give you guys the answer to this question, what was Jay Cutler's career completion percentage with the Bears? A, 62.6, B, 63.1, C, 60.3, or D, 61.8. The answer to that question is D, 61.8. So once again, Jesus Martinez, very, very good job. I'm not sure if you're looking up these answers, but hey, you got them right. Maybe you're just that legit of a Bears fan. We won't know, but hey, very, very, very good job. I got my best friend, Joseph DiMartini, in the chat. What's going on, bro, with you as well? Appreciate you tuning in. Once again, if you guys want to check out this book, if you guys think you're a legit Chicago Bears fan, I'm telling you guys, this book will absolutely humble you. I promise you. Orlovsky asks, how many Super Bowls did the Lions win? I think 0. I don't think they've ever been to a Super Bowl, Orlovsky. Obviously, Don Burr's not in the chat. Someone asked, where is Don Burr? Who knows? I'm not really too concerned about him. If he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I hope he doesn't show up because he kind of just ruins the vibe of these live streams. So, all right. Jesus Martinez says, no, that's cheating. I don't think he cheated. Hey, maybe you're just that legit of a Bears fan. Good for you. I really, really appreciate that. So now, once again, I want to give you guys a quick reminder before we move on in today's live stream with Keek on the Mic that the giveaway starts tomorrow, Bears fans. So once again, I will be posting a video tomorrow morning, August 1st, of how you can enter the Keek on the Mic giveaway. Once again, I'm giving away signed jerseys, Keek on the Mic shirts and hats. I'm giving away Keek on the Mic cups. I'm giving away a bunch of other stuff. It's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm giving away. But once again, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. That's going to be one of the biggest things you have to do in order to enter the giveaway. But once again, I will be posting a video tomorrow morning, August 1st, and it will go all month long until September 1st. So I hope to see you guys enter the giveaway, and good luck to you guys as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for interacting with me on the Chicago Bears trivia. Once again, if you're just now joining the live stream, thank you so much. So now we're going to go ahead and do some Chicago Bears talk to kind of wrap up this live stream, and we're going to have a really good conversation. Once again, if you guys want to call in, the call-in number to call in live right now is 916-692-0603. 916-692-0603. So we're going to go back to Bears talk, and we have some topics here, and we have one, Chase Claypool is heating up, which he had a very good day of camp. Number 2, Tyler Scott, Tyreek Stevenson continue to impress at Chicago Bears training camp, which is also true. Number 3, pads come on tomorrow. That's super exciting as a Bears fan, and especially as a player, to see the pads finally come on during training camp. And number 4, what I really want to talk about is Dan Orlovsky doubles down on Justin Fields' MVP comments. So that's what I have on the lineup today in terms of Chicago Bears talk. So let's start out with number 1, Chase Claypool heating up. He had his best day at Chicago Bears training camp, Bears fans, and he kind of started off kind of slow. He was dropping passes, bobbling passes, just trying to ramp up. He was kind of out for a long period of time leading up to Chicago Bears training camp, so I think he was just kind of ramping up. but today was his best day. You know, he was good body control, good hands, winning his one-on-ones, looked really good on team drills as well. Chase Claypool had his best day, and he also got a lot of targets. So the connection between Justin Fields and Chase Claypool looked really good today at Chicago Bears training camp. And the interesting thing about Chase Claypool, Bears fans, is that they actually have been using him in the slot as well. So that means maybe they're going to put him in the slot in this season to create mismatches with the defense, which to me would be absolutely insane. If they put Chase Claypool in the slot, that would definitely cause a lot of mismatches. Chase Claypool is a fast, big, physical receiver. And to me, I still think that Chase Claypool is going to be a huge X factor for the Chicago Bears offense. So I'm looking forward to see what Chase Claypool is able to do for the rest of training camp when we get into preseason games and as we get ever closer to that week 1 matchup against the Green Bay Packers. But once again, I really love Chase Claypool's value to the Chicago Bears offense. I really love what he means for Justin Fields. I know there's been a lot of Chase Claypool hate, but trust me, Bears fans, I truly think that Chase Claypool is going to be very, very good in the Chicago Bears offense. Number 2 on my list in Bears talk is Tyler Scott and Tyreek Stevenson continue to impress at Chicago Bears training camp. And they're not the only 2 rookies that have looked really, really good so far at Chicago Bears training camp. But when you look at Tyler Scott, he's fast, he's smart, he gets open, really, really good route runner, and his speed just allows him to create so much separation to whoever he's going against, right? And I think he's going to be a very valuable piece for Justin Fields, for the Chicago Bears offense. I feel like that Ryan Poles got an absolute steal in drafting wide receiver Tyler Scott. I'm really intrigued to see how Ryan Poles used Tyler Scott in some creative ways. Or Luke Getsy uses Tyler Scott in the Chicago Bears offense and how he uses him in creative ways to really make him the X factor in the Chicago Bears offense. Bears fans, Justin Fields has a whole lot of weapons surrounding him, and I am just super, super, super excited to watch Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago Bears offense play. Once again, Tyreek Stevenson has also looked really, really good. And the most part, the videos that you see is Tyreek Stevenson getting burnt or something, or getting mossed by DJ Moore or Darnell Mooney or Chase Claypool. But guess what, Bears fans? This guy is a rookie, and he's already playing with the first string defense, and he's getting these valuable reps against our very, very good receivers, against DJ Moore. That's a legit number 1 wide receiver in the NFL, and he's going against them at practice every single day. That is going to prepare him to be a very good corner for the Chicago Bears, and he had a really good bounce back day today. He had an interception on Justin Fields. He was, even though that Chase Claypool did make a couple plays on him, he was blanketing Chase Claypool as well. Tyreek Stevenson looks like the real deal. He's most likely going to be cornerback 2 alongside Jalen Johnson. So I'm looking forward to see these 2 guys play. Obviously, you still have guys like Darnell Wright. Looks really good as well. Our first round pick, right tackle out of Tennessee. But when I'm really looking at the rookies on the roster right now, Tyler Scott and Tyreek Stevenson have made the most noise for the Chicago Bears football team during training camp, and they're only going to continue to get better, and they're going to make an instant impact as soon as week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, this is a very important update for the Chicago Bears, but the pads come on tomorrow, Bears fans. I know I'm excited to see the pads come on because now we finally get to see the competition between the offensive line and defensive line. Have those 2 units improved? Will the offensive line still be putrid? Will the defensive line still be putrid? This is going to be a wonderful battle. What I've been hearing out of camp is that DeMarcus Walker has been an absolute nuisance to the offensive line without pads, and even Justin Jones. So just imagine what DeMarcus Walker is going to look like for the Chicago Bears defensive line when pads come on tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, on the other hand, how will the offensive line look? How will Darnell Wright look? How will Tevin Jenkins look? How will the entirety of the Chicago Bears offensive line look? I'm really, really, really excited to see these matchups when the pads come on. The level of intensity is going to ramp up for sure as soon as tomorrow. And of course, seeing Justin Fields in pads is going to be really intriguing as well, because now the pressure is going to be in your face with pads. I'm not saying the defensive line is going to hit them, but the pressure is going to be there. There's going to be growing pains with this new offensive line that Ryan Poles has built. But there's going to be some really, really fun competition as soon as tomorrow. And it's always a good time to see when pads finally come on, because that means Chicago Bears football is getting closer and closer. Bear Down Mike, thank you so much for the comment. Says it's time for the Bears to take back the NFC North. Yes, I absolutely agree. Just like Ryan Poles said, he's going to take the North and never give it back. So looking forward to that. Last thing I want to talk about on Bears Talk right here on Kick on the Mic on a Monday is Dan Orlovsky doubles down on Justin Fields' MVP comments. I'm not sure if you remember I did a video a while back when the Chicago Bears first traded for DJ Moore. Dan Orlovsky initially finally came out about it and said, you know what? I think Justin Fields will be in the MVP conversation. I don't think he's going to win it because of the team that he's on. I think the Bears still have a little bit ways to go. But I think he will play at an MVP level and really elevate his game and elevate the players around him, right? So Dan Orlovsky really believes in Justin Fields and his abilities, which is really nice to hear. But he doubled down on his Justin Fields MVP comments today. So what I'm going to do right now is show you that clip of him doubling down on what he believes Justin Fields can actually do with DJ Moore, with the new offensive line, with his second year in the Luke Getsy offense, right? Dan Orlovsky believes in Justin Fields much like I do, much like you guys do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this video of what Dan Orlovsky had to say in regards to Justin Fields.
I think he's going to play MVP level football. I have felt that since the DJ Moore trade happened. I don't think he's going to be in the conversation because I still think the team will not be good enough.
Okay.
My reasoning's why. If we go back and watch Justin's performance, 17 touchdowns last year, throw in, he gets 1,000 yards rushing, 2,200 yards passing. Before the season, I said that was the worst place for anybody in the NFL to play quarterback was Chicago. It was a bottom 5 skill group support and is a bottom 5 offensive line. So Justin Fields played good in the worst situation possible. Fast forward to kind of the offseason. Number one, the addition of DJ Moore. So everyone's clear. DJ Moore, up until last season, had 3 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. 2 years ago, he averaged 18 yards per catch. So he gets a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. We've seen Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, what they do for that. So that will immediately get his play up. Number 2, they draft Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. So now the offensive line and sign Nate Davis from the Tennessee Titans. The offensive line, bottom 5 last year, I think it's got a chance to be top half in the NFL. And so immediately we're better on the skill position group and we're better on the offensive line. And then the third aspect is this. Luke Getsy, who's their play caller, runs the Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan offense. We have watched that offense take mediocre, not I want to say good quarterbacks and get them to produce like really good quarterbacks. We've watched it for years. This is his second year in this system. On average, when a quarterback plays in this system going into their second year, Marcus knows this because I've used this before. It's Kirk Cousins, it's Baker Mayfield, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, it's Matt Ryan. The average statistic performance of those guys, and I would say Justin's a more talented player than them physically, is 4,100 yards and 32 touchdowns.
Okay.
That's the average of year 2 in this system for guys like that. Now, it's not foolproof. It's not 100%. But Justin Fields and his physical talent, year 2 in this system with the upgrade, I don't think it's unrealistic to sit there and say, well, Justin Fields should account for 35-plus touchdowns and over 4,000 yards of offense. That is MVP caliber football.
Bears fans, obviously Dan Orlovsky made a lot of good points and a lot of points that I've made here on the podcast. He talked about the offensive line being bottom half, right, of the league next year. He thinks he's going to be top 15 this year, right? He's going to be top half of the league this year. Now you add a guy like DJ Moore. You still have Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool. Better weapons on the outside. And then, obviously, he also added Luke Getsy, Justin Fields being under the Luke Getsy scheme for the second straight year. So he makes a lot of good points. And then the thing that really intrigued me about what Dan Orlovsky had to say, he said the average player that is going into the second year under this Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan style offense, 4,100 yards and 32 touchdowns. Interesting. Justin Fields thinks he's able to throw for 4,000 yards this season, and maybe he gets over that 30 TD mark as well. That will both be Bears records in franchise history for a quarterback in a single season. So we're going to have to wait and see. I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of hype around this team for a reason. But at the same time, I don't think there's a lot of expectation. I think a lot of people around the league think we're going to be still like a bottom dweller team, maybe around that 7-win mark, which could be very true. Injuries do happen, right? But for me, with all the things that Dan Orlovsky had to say, I agree with, right? And obviously I'm a Bears fan. I'm optimistic, but I'm also being realistic. I think Justin Fields will take that jump. I think Ryan Poles did do enough in order for Justin Fields to play at an MVP level. Once again, will Justin Fields actually win? No, probably not. But I think it's also okay for him to still play at an MVP level because that means the Bears will probably be pretty good. If Justin Fields throws for 4,000 yards, that means the Bears will probably be a pretty good football team, right? And I'm not saying winning a division. Maybe they make it into a wild card. Maybe they make it into the 6 and 7 seed, which is okay because that means that's really good momentum going into that next season. If Justin Fields plays well at an MVP level, if the Bears make it to like the 6 and 7 seed, that's very positive for the Chicago Bears future. So to me, I wanted to show you that little clip because Dan Orlovsky has been on Justin Fields' side for a while now. He's been making the same comments that he feels like Justin Fields can play at an MVP level. He's not saying he's going to win it, but he thinks that he will be an MVP caliber type of player as soon as this year because of the addition of DJ Moore, because of the second year in the same system under Luke Getsy, because of the improved offensive line, right? So those are very valid points, right? So I can't wait to see what Justin Fields actually does. I'm not sure how you guys feel about Dan Orlovsky's comments. I know sometimes Dan Orlovsky can be all over the place, but he made some very, very solid points. That's why I wanted to bring that up to you and show that little clip to you right here on tonight's live stream. Go ahead and look at the chat. Camaro Daddy said, Keek, please cover Lucas Van Ness eating dog treats at camp. Multiple people spotted him. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I guess the Packers rookie was spotted eating dog treats, which is really, really random, really, really nasty. But hey, to each his own, right? So Bear Down Mike says, I don't care if Justin Fields is MVP conversation. Just need to show the haters he can throw. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he will show that this year. Once again, DJ Moore definitely helps. Darnell Mooney definitely helps. Improve offensive line play definitely helps. And him being comfortable in that Luke Getsy scheme definitely helps as well. So when you take all those factors, I feel like Justin Fields will be okay. Philip, good to see you in the chat. Says, hey, Keek, great podcast. Keep up the awesome work. Go Bears. Thank you so much for all positive support. I definitely do this for you guys, so I definitely appreciate all the love and support. Die Hard Cub 1 says 5 to 6 dubs. So you think the Bears are going to win 5 to 6 games? Hey, that's your prediction. Roman Narcy says, Van Ness will eat also next. Alpo next. LOL. That's funny. Bear Down Mike says, Mooney is a 1K yard receiver. Komet had a breakout season. Edmonds, elite linebacker. Brisker, Gordon are up and coming. Herbert led the league 5.7 yards per carry, and he is the second running back. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I'm guessing you're responding to Bear With Me. He says, the hype is out of control for a team full of unproven guys, including Justin. 6 wins. Bear With Me, are you a Bears fan? I'm just making sure. Because, there's different levels of fanship, right? There's fans that are highly optimistic, and there's fans that are highly realistic. Obviously, I think right now, Bear With Me is being just highly realistic. But it's okay to feel the hype around this team. The Bears are going in the right direction. That's where the hype is coming from, because Justin Fields looks like he's going to take that massive leap. So it's okay to be hyped about this season. There's nothing wrong with that. King Booker World says, loved hearing Claypool had a good day. I really hope he takes off. Yeah, me too, King Booker World. I think he will take off. I believe that he will take the next step. I think he just needed time to learn the offense, gain that chemistry and connection with Justin Fields. And I think slowly, as these practices start to stack up, you'll see Chase Claypool probably be wide receiver number 2 over Darnell Mooney possibly. So I can't wait to see what Chase Claypool does this season. Barrow Me says, Brisker Gordon hasn't proven anything yet. Komet still a question mark. Mooney is like a walking injury. Barrow Me, are you a Bears fan? I just want to know. It doesn't matter if you are or if you aren't. It's totally fine if you're not a Bears fan. But I want to know, are you a Bears fan? Bear with me. King Booker World says, there are Bears fans that have never-ending PTSD. Yeah, there are some Bears fans that are, kind of sitting back and say, I'll see it when I believe it, which is okay. We've had our heart broken many, many times. But at the same time, it's okay to be optimistic. You don't have to be a Debbie Downer 24/7. Philip says, Bears are going 10-7 to 11-6 and taking the NFC North. I absolutely love that prediction. Bear Down Mike says, Poles wouldn't have gave Komet extension if he didn't believe in him. Yeah, absolutely. I think Komet is a young and upcoming player. He did have a mini breakout last year with 7 touchdowns. I think Cole Kmet is set up to be a very, very good tight end in the NFL this season and for the Chicago Bears offense. Obviously, Justin Fields needs that safety blanket, and he has a really good connection and relationship with Cole Kmet. I expect Cole Kmet to have an absolutely massive season for Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears offense. Romanarski said, bear with me, might be Don Burr. Did Don Burr change his name? Is he like being undercover right now in the chat? That would be actually crazy. It's actually smart because right now, when you look at him, it says bear with me. So instantly you think, oh, maybe he's a Bears fan because it says bear with me. But maybe he's just a really realistic Chicago Bears fan. Some fans are just never happy with the result on the football field. Even if Justin Fields plays great, or even if the Bears actually do good this year, he's still probably going to have a problem like, well, hey, we got lucky with the schedule, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? King Booker World says, there was an interview with Kmet was giving standing next to Tom Thayer. He is a damn giant. Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, damn, Cole Kmet's a big dude. That's what I'm saying. Cole Kmet is a big guy. He plays physical. He said in that interview that he prides himself off of getting yards at the contact and making people, like, punishing his opponents, right? Putting his shoulder down, squaring those feet, and running people over. And I absolutely love that aggression from Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet's going to be fine, Bears fans. I think Cole Kmet is a proven player. Once again, everyone's in their second year in the same system now. So I think we should be light years ahead of where we were last year, which we are. When you look at tweets from last year's Chicago Bears training camp, all you saw is, oh man, bad series from Justin Fields in the offense. Oh, bad drop by Cole Kmet. Oh, bad drop by Darnell Mooney. Oh, they look lost out there. You haven't heard that a lot this year. Maybe once or twice, right? But other than that, the offense has been clicking to start Chicago Bears training camp, and it's only going to get better throughout training camp. They're going to continue to stack these good practices, and I think it's going to be really, really beautiful. Bear Mike says, Command Tenyon will be our red zone threats. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. Bear with me says, Ron, I am who? We think you're Don Burr because you're being kind of a Debbie Downer about the Chicago Bears in the season. We're just trying to make sure you're not undercover as Don Burr or something. Don Burr is a Lions fan. He's a troll. He comes on here all the time, whatever. Nano CBD, good to see you in the chat. Says JF1 is a baller, and he has weapons. Watch out, Bears fans. MVP season guaranteed. I love the energy, Nano CBD, as always. It's going to be a big season, Bears fans. I think it's going to be good. I think, of course, we want to see wins, but I think we want to see Justin Fields' improvement. I think there was a question on Twitter that was kind of interesting. I'll have you guys answer it now. But the question was, would you rather see Justin Fields take a massive leap and miss the playoffs, or Justin Fields struggle and make the playoffs? I'm pretty sure most true Bears fans will say we want to see Justin Fields take a leap and miss the playoffs, right? Of course, it would be nice to make the playoffs, but at the same time, then we'd probably be looking for another quarterback, because if Justin Fields struggles, who knows what's going to happen. Bear Down Mike says, I want to see a massive leap from Justin Fields. That's a typical Bears fan answer. I love it. King Burgerwell says, CHGO said that JF1 is holding the ball too long, but they're the only ones I hear that from. It will happen from time to time depending on the situation, so folks need to appreciate his improvement. Yeah, I think people are, it's that holding on to the ball too long narrative it's out the window now. I think that's the only program I've heard that from. Other than that, Justin Fields has been getting rid of the ball very, very fast, and something that Justin Fields is doing really, really well right now in Chicago Bears training camp is that he's actually going through his progressions very fast and taking the checkdowns. Justin Fields never took the checkdowns last season, right? He was so concerned about making the big play because he had no offensive line. He had no weapons on the outside. Now he's going to trust his arm. He's going to trust the weapons on the outside because they can actually get open for him. Justin Fields will be fine. Nano CBD says, massive leap in Super Bowl. Love you, Nano CBD. I love the energy. Bear Down Mike says, if he has a 2018 Mitch Trubisky stats, I will take it. BC Always Right says, hot take, JF1 will have at least 3 400-yard passing games. I can see it. Hopefully he does it as soon as week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. If he comes out and throws for 350 and like 4 touchdown passes, I'm pretty sure the city of Chicago will go absolutely nuts. Ron Renowski says, the Bears are going 17-0. I absolutely love the energy. I love it. I love when you guys come with bold takes. I'm not going to lie, because some of these are absolutely bold. The Bears going 17-0, obviously we understand it's unrealistic, but it's fun to have pipe dreams sometimes. If you're just not joining the live stream, I do appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to be here every Monday and Friday from from 5 p.m. to around 6 p.m. Sometimes I do end early, it just depends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Always make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms. Stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news as well. And also, the giveaway for the Keek on the Mic channel giveaway starts tomorrow. I'll be posting a special video with special instructions how you enter the giveaway. Tomorrow morning, I'm giving away signed jerseys from Mike Singletary and Richard Dent, Keek on the Mic shirts and hats, and much, much more. So make sure you guys are prepared to enter that giveaway. Super excited to give away some awesome prizes to some very awesome Keek on the Mic listeners. Sports from the Trenches, as always, says the biggest Bear fan is here. I appreciate you. Bear Me says the hype is just out of control. Man, seriously, we have to realize we are a very young team. Yeah, we're a young team, but there is hype. I don't understand where you're not understanding where the hype is coming from. There's hype around Justin Fields. There's hype around us getting DJ Moore. The culture's different, right? There's juice around Hallis Hall. It's okay for there to be hype around the team. There's nothing wrong with hype. King Booker World says nothing wrong with being hyped. Yes, thank you, King Booker World. If you're a true Bears fan, you're going to be hyped no matter what, right? Even if the Bears were supposed to be bad, right, this year. Maybe there's no expectations for our quarterback. Maybe we have a terrible team around Justin Fields. I guarantee you that I would still be hyped. Bears fans will still be hyped. It's okay to be hyped about the new season. Bear Down Mike says, if the Bears give Kansas City trouble, that will change a lot of minds. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be able to compete with the best. I'm not saying that we're going to go in there and beat Kansas City, but if you can go in there and compete with them, right? I think that will be like, okay, the Bears actually hung in there with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's pretty impressive. Sports from the Trenches says, did y'all see Claypool? This team going to the playoffs. Yeah, Claypool had a very good day, and I think once Claypool starts heating up, once again, I think that Chase Claypool is the X factor for this team. That's just my opinion, though. Philip says, what makes this year even more exciting is watching our Bears win and watch the Carolina Panthers lose. When was the last time the Bears had 2 first-round draft picks? Lastly, FGB, Bear down. Yeah, that's the thing. We need Carolina to lose. If we somehow, let's say Carolina is absolutely awful. If Carolina holds the number 1 overall pick, that's going to be absolutely massive, especially if the Bears go to the playoffs for some random reason. If the Bears go to the playoffs and we get the number 1 overall pick from the Panthers pick, that's going to be a huge win. Sophisticated Thoughts, thanks so much for joining the stream. He says, I'm going to stay. Just Fields will have 7 rushing touchdowns and his 1 receiving touchdowns thrown by number 30, Rashawn Johnson. Okay. Ron Renard says, I pick Bears will beat KC and shock the NFL. That's a very bold prediction, but hey, any given Sunday. Definitely can happen. Bear Down Mike says, Lions fans are getting hyped up. Their only good receiver is St. Brown. Yeah, the Lions have a good team. I think their defense is definitely there. Their secondary is probably still a little bit questionable. But when you look at their offense, right, they have David Montgomery. They have Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a rookie, but I think David Montgomery would be good for them. Their offensive line is really, really good. But then Amon St. Brown is really their only weapon. I think Marvin Jones is their wide receiver number 2. So other than that, I think, like I said, I think the division's wide open. That's just me. We have to wait and see. Nothing wrong with any fan base getting hyped, though. If the Lions fans want to get hyped, if Vikings fans want to get hyped, and, well, shit, even if Green Bay fans want to get hyped, right? It's okay. It's exciting. It's a new season. We actually get football this week, Bears fans, so there's nothing wrong with that. Sports from the Trenches says, I want them to be able to open up the playbook. Yeah, absolutely. I think they will. Now Justin Fields has full command. He knows what he's doing. He knows what defense are going to do to him at the line as well. So I think they will be able to open up the playbook. Bear Me says, be hype, but let's be real also. It's not a fly-by-night turnaround. You're absolutely correct. But once again, hype doesn't always mean we're going to win right away. Hype just means that we're excited about our quarterback, that we're excited about what we did this offseason. That's where the hype is coming from. So I think you're getting confused a little bit there. BC's always right says, side note, local Green Bay press are saying J Love and Green Bay offense has really been struggling. Yeah, it's early in camp. They can struggle right now, but they can definitely turn it around. I'm not going to sit here and overlook Green Bay. I think we can definitely beat them, but I'm not going to overlook them. We need to go in there and handle business week 1 and just straight out beat them. Paul said, Bear Down Mike says, Poles needs to sign an edge rusher now. I hope he isn't waiting for cuts. He possibly is. He's probably waiting for cuts. You know, there's always those surprise cuts nearing training camp. Never know. All right, Bears fan, as always, I'm going to go ahead and cut it a little bit short. I just wanted to come on and give you guys my Bears talk, come on and do some Chicago Bears trivia. I do appreciate you guys tuning in on a Monday night live stream. I do appreciate the constant engagement. Once again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. That's how you stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news. And as always, once again, I will be starting my giveaway tomorrow, August 1st. Tomorrow morning, I'll be posting a special video of rules of how to enter the giveaway. Once again, I'm giving away signed jerseys, Keek on the Mic hats, Keek on the Mic shirts, and much, much more. But once again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Philip, also have a great evening to you as well. Thank you so much for being a loyal Keek on the Mic listener. And as always, guys, bear down. Thanks for watching.